All right. Good morning, lovelies. Welcome to the Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living's Love Stream, this Sunday edition. We're so grateful that you're here with us. We've got Jessie Powers. She's going to be dazzling us with her musical inspiration. I would love to take this opportunity to let you know, hey, let's go ahead and send a watch party if you're on Facebook. We're also streaming on YouTube. And so without further ado, Jessie, take it away.
Good morning, everyone. I'm so excited to be here. You know, I love your community. Love being here every single time. It's kind of crazy. I've played for you guys so many times, but we've never actually met in person. This is Goddess for all the goddesses out there. And there's a goddess inside all of you. Here we go. I know what's behind that smile. I know you're tired. Spend your life trying to be everything to everyone. And I know that look in your eyes, 'cause I've seen it in the mirror 1,000 times. That's the face of a woman who doesn't understand how much she's loved. And then the TV tells me I should be like her, achieve like her, to earn the affection I so desperately need. But the people who love me best don't expect me to save the world. No, they regard me as a goddess and they always give me love for free. And they say, you are what you are, and that's all you'll ever need. Fierce like a warrior, as soft as a sunbeam. Everything you've ever been and everything you'll ever be is holy, 'cause you are a goddess, baby. It's hard enough to be just me, rule my world from a place of reverie, forgive myself unconditionally and learn from my mistakes. And then the movies tell me I should look like her and laugh like her. If I'm a quiet beauty, all will surely fall in love with me. But the people who love me best like the way I laugh, and they don't care what I wear. They rather see me loud and proud than stay polite and pretty. And they say, you are what you are, and that's all you'll ever need. Strong like a warrior, as soft as a sunbeam. Everything you've ever been and everything you'll ever be is holy, 'cause you are a goddess, baby. Okay, this part I want you to center in yourself, and I want you to sing these words to yourself. It's a love letter to yourself. Ready? Here we go. You are the sun and the moon, you are the earth and the sky. You are the one who answers the prayers that you're laying down late at night. You are the undefinable and the one who is desperate to define. You are the one you've been waiting for. You are the love of your life. You are what you are. That's all you'll ever need. Strong like a warrior and soft as a sunbeam. Everything you've ever been and everything you'll ever be is holy, 'cause you are holy, and your life is holy, and your days are holy, and your mind is holy, and your body is holy, and your tears are holy, and your laugh is holy, and your love is holy. You are a goddess, baby. You are. You are my goddess, baby. Queen, goddess in her cheetah glasses.
Yeah, you are the goddess, baby. Woo! So grateful to have our beloved Jessie Powers back with us here today. Hey, it's November and it's the month of putting on your grateful glasses. So here's mine. What do yours look like? All right, but I can't read with those. So Hello, beloveds. All right, my name is Reverend Elizabeth Rowley, and I am the spiritual director and senior minister of the Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living, located in Templeton, California. And we are broadcasting to you live today from our condo in San Luis Obispo. Now, we had a little bit of technical difficulty this morning, and so Gina is watching today, and more will be revealed to you, but it's going to be an amazing service. We have a wonderful day or morning lined up for you today. So now I would like to take this moment to say welcome to the Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living, where all that we ask is that you remain open to the possibility of changing your entire life by changing your mind. This service has been designed especially for you. Welcome home. And many of you are already sitting in your homes. You're home right where you are. How beautiful. So we do have an affirmation, and I invite you to please repeat after me. I'm well blessed, highly favored, and my cup runneth over.
I am well blessed, highly favored, and my cup runneth over.
I lean into my good and say, yes, bless, bless.
I lean into my good and say, yes, bless, bless.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Back to me real quick. There we go. All right. Wonderful. So I am so grateful you're here, and I would now like to turn this over to Travis, who will share some information about our wonderful musician this morning. Thank you, Travis.
That's right. My name is Travis, and I am the music director here for our beloved Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living. And I've got my grateful glasses on. Woo! But I too cannot breathe. I can't breathe. I can't see. The grateful glasses. All right. So I'm going to take these down and read a little bit about our beloved Jessie Powers. All right. From her bio, Jessie Powers is a South Carolina native now living in Columbus, Ohio. Her pop vocal stylings and tumbling melodies, along with her poignant and emotional lyricism, aim to entertain and awaken those who are willing to hear her. Jessie is recording her second album called To Remember, and I'm going to bring her into the stream here to correct me if I'm wrong. This album, which you're recording right now, will be released in 2021. Yes,
That is correct. Yes.
All right. Jessie's social media handle is at Jessie Powers Music. You can also reach out to her on her website, which is also Jessie Powers Music, and I'll put that on the scroll here. And today is Jessie's 5th appearance on our Sunday service love stream, and I want to take this opportunity to express our gratitude for you, Jessie, for your wonderful music and your energy. It is my great good pleasure now to introduce to you the amazing Jessie Powers.
Thank you, Travis. Thank you. I'm very grateful to be a part of your community. So I like to just give you this opportunity right now. Sometimes we've got things standing in our way of being grateful, and today's all about being grateful, and so a key in finding gratitude is also forgiveness. So I want you to forgive some things with me today. So many years I've hidden, so many lies I've told out of the ignorance of youth, or as a woman too afraid of truth. So many things mistaken, so much guilt I hold, buried alive like a weight on my chest. It stole my breath and I went cold, and how I long for the warmth of love, for the softer side of me. The time is now, I shall be free. Sing it with me. I forgive myself, I forgive myself, I forgive myself. forgive, I forgive, I forgive myself for everything. I encourage you to take this opportunity to actually do that. Really take it in your heart and forgive yourself. Expectations shattered, promises unkept. So many times I swore I'd change. Years go by and I'm still the same. And how I long for tenderness and grace at my own hands. I am the one, I understand. So I forgive myself. I forgive myself. I forgive myself. I forgive, I forgive, I forgive, I forgive myself for everything. Hey, hey, ooh, yeah. Yes, the faith I had in myself turned to confusion. It's such a slow erosion. Seemed that hope and trust were just another couple illusions. But somewhere deep inside I realize I am worthy. I am somebody who can be relied on. So I'm gonna put my faith in me. I'll put my faith in me once again. Oh, I have found redemption. I'll put my faith in me. I'll put my faith in me once again. Oh, I have found redemption. I forgive myself. I forgive myself. I forgive myself. I forgive, I forgive, I forgive, I forgive myself for everything. All right, sing it with me. I forgive myself. Find that tenderness. I forgive myself. Find that real forgiveness. I forgive myself. It's there just for you. I forgive myself. I forgive myself. Really do it. I forgive myself. Let go. I forgive myself. Make room for love and gratitude. I forgive myself for everything. I forgive, I forgive, I forgive, I forgive myself.
Wow. Wow. Thank you, Jesse. All right. Good morning, CSL. That's right. I'm back. Travis, the announcements angel for this morning, November 8th, 2020. I will now read our mission statement. With everything we do, we aim to raise the vibe. We teach innovative spiritual practices and principles that inspire deeper love of self and others, transformation, a closer relationship with God, freedom from suffering, expansive joy, prosperity, and healing of the body, mind, and spirit. We are a conscious group of positive, inspired, spiritually motivated individuals transforming lives. We just happen to have a spiritual center. Want to check us out? Yeah! All right. And with that, my beloveds, please join us for coffee and conversation after service at 11 a.m.-ish Pacific time via Zoom. Gina will provide the link in the comment section here, and you can also find it on our center's webpage in the Coffee and Conversation event. Next up, we build our immunity in spiritual community. Remember to join us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 1 p.m. Pacific time, plus every Monday at 6:30 p.m. via Zoom for our spiritual connection call. You can find the link on our Facebook page under events. Next Sunday, we are very blessed to have the amazing Mark Stanton Welsh as our guest musician and musical inspiration. Yeah, right. And we have 2 grief groups beginning in December. Awesome. With our most beloved assistant spiritual director, Reverend Diane Davison. She will be teaching a new innovative method of moving through healing grief. This class is for all forms of losses, death, divorce, relationships, and the 42 other losses we have in our lives. I'm sure there's more than that, but we're going to be going through that with Reverend Diane Davison. This is a 1 in-person class at the center practicing COVID safety precautions and guidelines Tuesdays for 8 weeks, December 1st through January 19th. 10:30 a.m. To 12:30 p.m. This is $49 plus a $16 book, limited to 6. Register at our website at ccccsl.org. And the other is 1 online class via Zoom, Wednesdays for 8 weeks, December 2nd through January 20th, 6 p.m. through 8 p.m. That is also $49 plus $16 book, limited to 12, and you'll also register at ccccsl.org. All right. That's great. And then also, please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And that web address is on the screen. You can share this with your friends. You can go, there's all these great back live streams that you can go through. Jesse's been on with us 5 times, so you can go back through and check out the beautiful songs that she has blessed us with, and the messages from not only Reverend Diane and Reverend Elizabeth, Reverend Diane, Gina. We've had some other really spectacular guest speakers like Karen Drucker and Reverend Melissa Felipe and Z, and so many others. So you can find those all on our YouTube channel. And lastly, if you are able, please remember to continue to donate to our center during this unique time. You know, our operations are fully supported by your generosity, and we're looking forward to gathering at our physical center in the future. You can donate here on Facebook Live with the donate button. Gina will provide the PayPal link to donate in the comments section, and you can also visit our landing page and click the donate link in the center of the page. Thank you so much for your consideration. We love you. We miss you. We're sending out virtual hugs to you all. And with that, my beloveds, I'm your announcements angel signing off.
All right. Thank you, Travis. Woohoo. Yes. Brilliant announcements. Wonderful. Hello. So I would like to take this opportunity to actually introduce to you. So Charlie he's got his reading for us today. However, we had some technical difficulties, and so Gina will be reading his reading for him, and it's something that he has prepared. So just want to send some gratitude and love out to Charlie. Thank you. We love you. We thank God for you. We're so grateful for all that you are and all that you be. And I would also love to introduce to you Jeff Tucker, who will be doing our opening prayer right after that reading. And he's a licensed practitioner. He resides in New Jersey. And so it's a great, great gift to have him pray us in this morning. But for now, I would like to remind you that if there is something that is heavy on your heart for which you would like prayer for, or maybe there's something you're looking to manifest in your life, you can send your prayer request to info@ccccsl.org, and your prayer team will pray over these prayers for you for the next week. And that prayer team includes myself, Reverend Diane Davison, Jeff Tucker, and Maria Bucaro, our other outreach practitioner. And now, without further ado, Gina.
All right. Thank you so much, Reverend Elizabeth and Travis. I love your glasses. And yes, Charlie, I'm going to do Charlie's reading today. And we all know that Charlie has such a beautiful way of presenting his reading. So Pretend Charlie's saying it because these are his words and his way of being inspired by Ernest Holmes. So Charlie has written for us today. Now is all there is. Be grateful. What are you grateful for? I'm grateful for all that is behind us, and I am grateful for that which lies in front of us. And most of all, I am grateful for now. As the year 2020 speeds along, some look to the future with trepidation. Some look forward with varying levels of fear. Some are afraid of the future, and some see a promising future. What do you look forward to? What do you reflect upon in the past? Are you grateful for these events in your past? Are you grateful or at least hopeful about the future? Look, do you see your clock? The clock is chiming now. Now is the time there is. Let us be grateful for now. When you are in your car, please note that the rearview mirror is very small and it is good to check it once in a while, but you're not going that way. So pay attention to now. Consider that the windshield is large, so imagine the unlimited potential of the future. However, the important time is now. You must pay attention to now. Now is where you are. I am grateful for now, and the one source that is always in the now. The one power we call many things. Whatever name you use is fine. God is. The source is everywhere at every point around me. Every point. This power is in me and part of me. This source is constantly flowing. This source is in the now always. The famous metaphysical reference book, Green Eggs and Ham, inspired a thought. There is no spot where God is not. There's not, there's not, there's not. So to correctly interpret this deep thought, we must know that God is everywhere, and we are somewhere, and that is part of everywhere, and therefore, wherever we are, God is. God is always. This is inescapable. Knowing this, my gratefulness deepens. I know clearly that my life is one with God and forever shall be. This fills me with a great joy that goes from head to toe. It fills the space around me and brings peace and joy to the world. Peace on earth is my vision, and I am grateful for the power that spreads that peace and joy all around the world, all around the universe. Every action I take is God-inspired and God-powered. I take action vigorously and constantly. I am forever grateful and thankful and appreciative for this. Let there be God-powered action everywhere on earth. Take your action now, declare it now, and enjoy your now forever. Forever grateful. And so it is.
I ask that we take this moment and be absolutely present. That we sit peacefully and calmly, settled in ourselves. And we know that without a doubt, we are part of the consciousness, the one consciousness. I woke up today knowing that I had to go outside and I had to bring some leaves from where they fell to a nice organized place where they can be delivered to be mulched somewhere for the future. And I looked at that with great joy because today it is a warm day and it's a day that I can rejoice in because I know that God is in this day. And as I approached this task from a different place, a place of joy and not as a chore, I walked outside and realized we are having this wonderful, warm and sunny day. And with that in mind, I knew that we are at a time of change. Autumn is here. And when I look up into the tree, the same tree that provides so much shade over me and my home, and to all of us that sit out front underneath it, as the leaves fall, I look at it and say, I am grateful because now it is coming into winter And that same tree will allow the sun's warmth to come in and touch us. And I know that this is the presence of spirit. I know that this is the world that we revolve around the sun with, that we are part of that process. We cannot be separate from it. Each and every minute, we are present. And if we take time to be absolutely aware of our presence in spirit and the power that is within us, I know that everything is possible. And I know that at any moment that I see a challenge, at any moment that I see anything from a perspective other than something absolutely positive, it is a fear within me, something that's blocking my vision, something that's keeping me from that which is blessed. And if I understand that, I know that I don't have to be limited by anything, because God provides within me, spirit gives me, the universe provides in every way. The one consciousness is deep within me as I am part of it. I am that consciousness, that spirit, that God, that universe manifest as a human being in this time. And rather than be limited by what is there, I take the challenge and say yes. I say yes. Knowing that there is difficulty around me, knowing that there are people that feel differently than I, knowing that people look differently than I, everything that makes me different also makes me something special in this universe. And I have something to give, and I know I have something to give. I know that each and every one of us does. And every day I walk in this world and I see the eyes of people passing by. And today I am provided more opportunity to focus on eyes. And when I look into those eyes, I know that God is present in each and every set of eyes I pass. And if I look closely, I see joy, I see happiness, I see love. And I know that all is well. And I know that it is within me to provide joy, support, and love, and that I can give to each and every person I go by in a very silent way, acknowledgement. Acknowledgement is another presence of God, another presence of spirit on this planet. And I don't have to know what is happening in their life. I don't have to know what is in their heart. I just have to look into their eyes and I can see their soul, and I know that we are one. And when I know that we are one, I know that anything and everything is possible. When we are present and absolutely mindful of spirit, of that consciousness in everything and every creature, then we can know that it is also ours. And I know that I am never separate from it. And I know that no matter what happens, I am filled with joy. And it is with that joy that I am grateful, thankful, and know that everything is possible. And I say, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I take this knowledge and I release it to the universe and I say, and so it is.
And so it is, Jeff. Thank you so much. So let's celebrate that joyfulness. The joyfulness of being alive. This is an easy song to learn, so you can sing along and dance around your room. I encourage that. I woke up this morning joyful as can be. That's how I spend my day and that's how I'll sleep. I woke up this morning joyful as can be. That's how I spend my day and that's how I'll sleep. You got it? I woke up this morning joyful as can be. That's how I spend my day and that's how I'll sleep. I woke up this morning joyful as can be. That's how I spend my day and that's how I'll sleep. 'Cause I love being alive. It's the greatest thing about my life. Oh, I love being alive. Get it? It's the greatest thing about this life. Oh, Grateful. That's the Rebs theme for today. Ready? I woke up this morning grateful as can be. That's how I spend my day and that's how I'll sleep. I woke up this morning grateful as can be. That's how I spend my day and that's how I'll sleep. Again, I woke up this morning grateful as can be. Feel that gratitude. That's how I spend my day and that's how I'll sleep. I woke up this morning grateful as can be. That's how I spend my day and that's how I sleep. 'Cause I love being alive, especially with those glasses. It's the greatest thing about my life. Well, I love being alive. It's the greatest thing about my life. Okay, this is the part of the song where we really let loose. I want you guys to take the Reverend's lead. Okay, we're gonna get playful, and I want you to really actually get playful. Don't hold back. I want you to be like a toddler at daycare. Okay, let's do this. I woke up this morning playful as can be. That's how I spend my day, and that's how I'll sleep. I woke up this morning playful as can be. That's how I spend my day, and that's how I'll sleep. A kitty. Meow, 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 meow. A dog. Woof, 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 woof. A bird. Tweet, 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 tweet. A baby. Wow, 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 wow. 'Cause I love being alive. Get weird with it. It's the greatest thing about my life. Yeah, I love being alive. It's the greatest thing about my life. One more time. I love being alive. It's the greatest thing about my life. I lied 2 more times. I love being alive. It's the greatest thing about my life. Last time. I love being alive. It's the greatest thing about my life. Meow, meow, woof, woof, tweet, tweet. Thank you for dancing so hardcore over there, Rev.
Yes. Thank you so much, Jessie. Oh, I just adore you. We love you. Thank you for being with us again today. Hello, everyone. My name is Reverend Elizabeth Rowley, and I'm the spiritual director and senior minister of the Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living, which is located in Templeton, California. And we're broadcasting to you live today from our condo in San Luis Obispo, California. And that's where Travis and I are. And of course, Jessie is in Columbus, Ohio. Yes. And we've got Gina from Paso Robles, and Charlie, who he was definitely here in spirit and in his reading. And I actually conjured up an image of him in my mind as Gina was reading it, which she did really well. But Charlie's located in Atascadero. And who else? Oh, Jeff Tucker, our outreach practitioner, is located in New Jersey. So what a great gift it is for us to all collaborate and be together on this day. Thank you. I'm so grateful. I'm really feeling the blessings. And I love that song, Jessie. I'm so grateful. I'm just so grateful. I felt so much energy just bubbling up hearing it. And I love what you did with that line. I love being alive. It's the greatest thing about my life. I mean, do you see what she did there? If we weren't alive, we wouldn't be experiencing life. It's so cute. I love it. So thank you. So welcome to November. It's Put Your Grateful Glasses On, and that's the theme for this month. And the topic for today is, what are you grateful for? What are you grateful for? So when I ask that question, just allow that gratitude to bubble up and allow the thoughts that come. And you can put anything that you're grateful for right now into the comment section. We would love to see and hear that. And in the last week, if you attended last Sunday, you saw that we had a homework assignment, which was to write a thank you card every day. So 7 thank you cards in 7 days and send them. And then also to begin your gratitude journal, which was listing 5 things at least in the morning and 5 at least in the evening of what you're grateful for. I've got my gratitude journal that I started, which I love. And isn't it beautiful? And so this is a new beginning for me of gratitude. And I like getting journals that are beautiful, that really call to me and speak to me, that I'll want to pick up and write in. How about you, Travis? Yeah.
Mine usually has musical notes.
His usually has musical notes, not pink flowers. All right. So what are you grateful for? This is the topic today, and that topic is inspired by a little cafe that I used to love to attend in the Bay Area, and it's called Cafe Gratitude. Have you all heard of Cafe Gratitude? This cafe is magnificent, and they've since closed the Bay Area locations, but I know that they're open down south. So there's quite a few of these Cafe Gratitudes that are available down south. We'll have to go visit them next time we're in the area. But this is a lively, affirmative cafe. It's like, wow, this cafe was designed especially for me. It was so awesome. They're saying affirmations all around you. There's beautiful quotes up on the wall, and I just love it there. They have dishes on their menu. Well, all of their dishes are an affirmation. So you would order a dish like, I am whole, I am thriving, I am deserving. And when they bring your meal out, they actually bring this meal out and then they say, okay, who is whole or who is deserving, who is thriving? And then you say, I am whole. And then they hand you your dish and they say, you are whole. This is so awesome. And so while you're waiting, you can hear them delivering the food to different tables, and all of this is going on, right? So there's this subconscious affirmative narrative happening in the background, which is so wonderful. It's just so fun. So that really is the inspiration for today's talk. And another amazing thing that came out of my discovery of Cafe Gratitude was a game. There's a game called the Abounding River game. And this is a game that was created by the owners of Cafe Gratitude, and they also started a personal logbook. And so this board game that is the Abounding River game is all about abundance and gratitude. So you begin by choosing a spirit word for yourself and an abundance word for yourself, and then you add your name at the end. So they have these little papers that come inside of the game, and there's a list of different words, and you can come up with your own. But some examples are like Almighty Affluent Elizabeth or Goddess Flourishing Elizabeth, and you add your name, of course. And then you roll the dice and make your way down this abounding river of plenitude. And there are 5 different areas that you go through, and it's just it's good stuff. And another thing I love about this game is they've got sage cards and reflection cards rather than like in Monopoly, they have those community chest cards and chance cards. These are sage cards, and you might be required to do some activity for a minute. For example, one of the sage cards that I drew was to laugh for a minute nonstop. You just have to keep laughing. And so I encourage you to try this at home. Just laugh, even when nothing is funny. If you just laugh, you are generating something in your body. And so it's such a great practice for you to try at home. Now, moving into the deeper aspect of the talk today, Melody Beatty wrote, gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. It turns what we have into enough and more. It turns denial into acceptance, chaos to order, confusion to clarity. It can turn a meal into a feast, a house into a home, a stranger into a friend, Gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. So, why wouldn't you dwell in that feeling of gratitude, right? It's a practice. It's definitely a practice. Just like we have other practices, spiritual practices, and yoga, for example, is a practice, and you continue to do it. And as you continue with a specific practice, you go deeper and deeper until it's just like your second nature. You just do it, you know? So I want to share a story from India. I have many stories from India that I always love to share, and this one is I'm particularly fond of this one. It's when I really, really embodied gratitude and really got at the core of my being how it would alter me. And so it was many years ago, 2008, 12 years ago now, maybe end of 2007 even, that I traveled to India, and we were at a train station, and we were waiting on the midnight train to Agra. We were going to go and check out the Taj Mahal, and there were 13 of us all together, including myself and other traveling companions and the leader of our tour. Her name is Gina Salah. And so it was hot, and there were like huge bugs there. It was dirty, and I mean there were bugs like that big. It was like that big. It was not, it was scary, you know? It's like, ah. And and then there were cows roaming around. I love cows, so that didn't bother me, but they were hungry. They were looking for food, so you want to feed the cows. And then there were young children who were hungry, and they were approaching us, and we're all just sweating because it's like 80 degrees out, and then humidity is about 100%. So it feels like 800 degrees or so. Just standing there and just dripping with sweat, you know, can't get air. It starts to feel suffocating. And my traveling companions, I remember just standing there and seeing them from like their shirt, from the top of their shirt down to their middle backs, were just drenched. And I was hot. We had this mountain of luggage, and I was just miserable and frowning and just like, when is the train coming? And the train was delayed, and then it was delayed again. And this is like, oh, this is horrible. Oh my gosh. Can I just get some air? I mean, what is the big deal? Like a small little breeze would be great, right? And so I sat on my luggage, and I was kind of like that. And then suddenly the leader of our tour, Gina, came out with her harmonium, and she set it up like right on top of that mountain of luggage, and she started playing on her harmonium, and then she started singing and chanting, and it was Hara Hara Mahadeva Shambho Kashi Vishwanath Gange. And she was singing that and singing, and people started to come around to join her in the singing. And next thing I knew, I jumped up and I was singing Hara Hara Mahadeva Shambho. And I was happy and I felt so good. And we had like 3 levels of people deep now, and everyone's singing, and the energy and the vibration is so high. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, somebody passed me a fan, a personal fan spinning, and I felt the air, and I was like, I am in heaven right now. And it was this beautiful, one of those personal fans with the lights, and it was flashing red, green, blue, yellow, red, green, blue, and just spinning, and my hair was like, oh. And I felt so much appreciation. I just looked at it like it was God in form, because it was, you know, and I felt that joy and gratitude totally wash over me. And I realized in that moment that I could actually feel gratitude before actually having something to be grateful for. And so that's really a huge part of our teaching, right? So many times we think that we want to experience something in our lives. We want to manifest something, this one thing, and everything will be better. And what we're really called to do is to come to an understanding of what we will experience when we have that one thing. What is it that we think we're going to feel or experience that is different than what's happening in our lives today that makes us think we need to have that one thing? And so that's really so powerful, because once you can get that, then you get into that feeling tone. And from that feeling tone, it is created your deepest and greatest desire. That's what vision boarding is all about, and our affirmative prayer and building your mental equivalent and all of that good stuff. And so feel that gratitude. Also, because it feels good, gratitude is so good for you. And your brain interprets gratitude as actually optimism. And so when we consistently practice this gratitude, it trains our brain to choose the positive thoughts over the negative thoughts. And the negative thoughts, as they lose their power, we begin to find more things to be grateful for because we've trained ourselves to do so. And so we want to do this with consistency. That is definitely the key to changing any of our mindsets and any area of our life. Do it with consistency. So, what are you grateful for? And continue to be grateful for that. And so, wrapping up the India story also is about really shape shifting your energy, right? And so you can feel gratitude. And if you can conjure up and invoke that feeling of gratitude, then you can learn to shift that energy into some other area of your life and have the gratitude merge into that area. And that's very transformative, very. And so the question becomes, what will it be for you? Worry or gratitude? Worry is an action, gratitude is an action, and both are optional. So by choosing to be grateful, you drive out space and time for worry. And so being grateful means that you've sort of locked the gate and you've come to a place where you're going to look at the optimism and you're going to look on the bright side, as it were, and allow yourself to not worry, because as we know, worry is just praying for the things that we don't want. And so this isn't hard to do, as you all know. We all know this. Gratitude is noticing the good stuff in your life, noticing the good. What you pay attention to or notice tends to expand and grow. And what you think about, you bring about. So each day brings a multitude of opportunities to feel gratitude and appreciation. What are you grateful for right now? Let's hear it. What are you grateful for? I want to see something in the comments from everyone watching. What are you grateful for? I'm grateful for this day. I'm grateful for this Facebook Live, the technology that allows us to be together and collaborate. I'm grateful for love, my husband, my life. I'm grateful for joy and peace and days that are kind of cold, so I can cuddle up and get under the blankets and sip hot tea or hot coffee. Oh, yeah, I love that. So when we actually neglect the action of appreciating, we begin to limit our potential for joy and contentment in the present moment. Worry does not prevent bad things from happening. It only prevents us from accessing joy in this moment. And so in order to access joy in this moment, we've got to let go of worry, count our blessings. Now, I love that Ernest Holmes wrote that the method of approach for Jesus in his ministry was to give thanks and command the law to work. Have you noticed that he always did that? Give thanks and command the law to work. So Jesus always did this, always gave thanks and then commanded the outcome, and it would manifest, my friends. He never asked God to answer his prayers or thought, maybe this will work. He knew the power of his word, and he used it to heal the sick, raise the dead, and feed the hungry. He commanded that Lazarus come out. That is such a powerful verse in the Bible, that he commanded that Lazarus come out, that the sick man take up his mat and walk. And he fed the multitudes with a few loaves of bread and a couple of fish. Just a little bit. He fed the masses with that. So today, I give thanks for all of my interactions and adventures, which are filled with the abounding joy, beauty, love, and prosperity that are my birthright. I say yes to the miracles that appear out of nowhere. Wow, thank you, God, for the very best day ever. How about you? Yeah. Okay, so Jesus said, Father, thank you for hearing me. You always hear me, but I said it out loud for the sake of all of these people standing here, so that they will believe that you sent me. Lazarus, come out. And Lazarus walked out. Right. Wow. Lazarus was supposedly dead. And so I ask you on this day, my friends, what has died in you? What in you has died? What have you allowed to go dormant, in other words? And is it time to call that out? Call it out so that it can be in your life, active and alive and vibrant for you once again. You deserve this, my friends. You are so deserving. You are deserving to live the best, most magnificent life possible. So, is it time to call it out? Maybe it's hope for greater health in your life, or a hope for greater joy in your life, greater motivation or enthusiasm. Call it out, friends. Call it out. Let it rise up again and be present and alive in your life. How does it sound? Greater health, come out. Not in a meek way, like, oh, I wish my greater health would come out. Greater health, come out. Come out of me, right? Rise up. Let that rise up, and it will transform you, because that's what it does. Lazarus, come out. Greater health, come out. Prosperity, come out. Motivation to do all of these things that I've been called to do, come out. And you will be amazed as you walk through your day and see it pouring out into your life. Give thanks and command the law to work. So Emma Curtis Hopkins, I spoke of last week, and I'm bringing her up again because she was just such a powerful, powerful teacher. She was one of Ernest Holmes' teachers, and Ernest Holmes is our founder, for those tuning in here for the first time and weren't aware of that. But she wrote, if I were to be asked directly as to the quickest way for a mental scientist to get her healing power going, I would probably say praise everything and everyone in your mind, and as far as your mental convictions will demonstrate promptly, speak these praises aloud. Speak them aloud. That means no longer are you giving power, the power of your word, to the things that you don't like or the things that you are judging. Give the power of your word to that which you would love to see more of. Praise everything and everyone. So that means if you have angst at some person or something or some organization, the angst lives in you. And then you are creating from that angst unconsciously, right? Unconsciously, probably. You're creating from that angst, but it's in you. It's not, that negative feeling is not affecting anyone else but you. And you have come here for such a time as this to live a life filled with love, joy, peace, harmony. You came here to shine your radiant, magnificent self. So let it shine, my friends. Let it shine and raise and praise everyone. So, You can raise and praise in your minds, and you can do this for anyone that gets your goat. You know, if say for instance you are in the checkout line at the grocery store and you're in the 10 item or less line and somebody's got, you've counted, they've got 14 items and you're like, this is ridiculous. I've only got 2 items. Why aren't they letting me go? Or you can say, I raise you and I praise you in the name of love. I raise you and I praise you in the name of love, right? And then you are liberated from that angst and it just is dissipated right back into the nothingness from whence it came. So raise and praise in that way to also transform your life, self-care. I raise you and I praise you, Elizabeth, in the name of love. I raise you and I praise you in the name of love. That is lifting someone into the light, right? Lifting the name up in consciousness. I raise you and I praise you, Lori, in the name of love. I raise you, Lori, and I praise you, Lori, in the name of love. And if you can say this maybe 108 times on your string, mala bead string, you will feel that love times 10,000, my friends. It is magnificent. I raise you and I praise you in the name of love. So Ernest Holmes put it this way: I now acknowledge God, the divine spirit, as a living presence in everything and in everyone. I bless everyone I meet. I praise everything I do. I acknowledge God's abundance, the outpouring of the Spirit, the manifestation of life everywhere. So raise and praise in the name of love. That's what we're up to. And yes, that includes that person, whoever that person is for you. We've all got one or two, right? I don't. No. I when I do though, I raise and praise them in the name of love. And then whatever grasp I have mentally on that experience is dissipated. And then I'm free to look with the eyes of love, to see with the eyes of compassion, to see with the eyes of the beloved one who loves everybody equally and wouldn't change one thing about us. Are you with me?
Yeah.
All right. Super. So, lastly, I want to share about having a plan, and that is it's an acronym, PLAN, a positively life affirming narrative. It's always good to have a positively life affirming narrative that you can fall back on as needed. So years ago, I started what I call a brag book to cultivate my first plan. In this book, excuse me, I recorded every wonderful compliment and praise ever received. Recorded them all. And then whenever that critic or the doubter, the negative storyteller or other conditioned aspect of myself would start up, I would refer to my brag book to remind myself of how others saw me. And then the compliments would cancel out the negative self-talk, that the noise, and I was freed up to begin to think spiritually magnificent thoughts instead. As I began to believe those spiritually magnificent thoughts instead of the others, my life became a vivid, joy filled reality. And then it's like that's when the Dr. Seuss lines start bubbling up. There is no place where God is not. There's not. There's not. I love that, Charlie. Thank you. And so eventually I had all of these compliments, and then I began to string them all together and created a life affirming narrative. And then it was like, wow, I can actually have this life affirming narrative that I use for myself to really embody it and feel and experience being joyful and free. So this is a great way to begin or continue writing a new story for yourself and your life. Often individuals are so seduced by their own story of negativity and victimization, and then they retell that story to themselves and share it with their friends and call them up and talk about it until they believe that it's so true. All the while, they're contributing to their own suffering. So, the Austrian neurologist and psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor Viktor Frankl observed that between stimulus and response, there's a space. Between stimulus and response, you've got this space, right? And in that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and freedom. So pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. And we find that when we can be in that space and choose another thought, a thought of freedom over a thought of bondage, we will experience greater love, gratitude, joy, connection, and all that is good for our lives and the lives of our families, our communities, our spiritual community, and therefore the world. Yes?
Yeah.
So everyone needs a plan. You can borrow this plan of gratitude that was downloaded through me maybe a year or two ago. I'm going to share it. It goes like this. I am grateful, thankful, and much obliged. My heart overflows in appreciation for all that is. I am gifted, shifted, and lifted. I'm well blessed, highly favored, and my cup runneth over. I lean into my good and say, yes, bless, bless. I'm on the high side of awesome at the top of my game. I praise my life in the name of love. I give thanks for the abundant good all around me. I'm on fire for spirit and unafraid to show it. My words uplift, inspire, and create. And oh, yeah, I've lost a little weight. Yes, and so it is. So, in summary, my friends, what are you grateful for today? Gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. It turns what we have into enough and more. It turns denial into acceptance, chaos to order, confusion to clarity. It can turn a meal into a feast, a house into a home, a stranger into a friend. Gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. So have a plan, have a positively life affirming narrative that you can return to anytime. You can fold it up and place it in your purse, in your glove box, or put it in your phone would be ideal. Then you can just, like in the notepad, you can pull it up when you start to feel off center. And then you can always borrow my plan and see how repeating these words out loud, see and feel how it will transform you. It's pretty powerful. So, the specific call to action for this next week is to continue your daily gratitude journal. And I invite you to come up with one situation, one circumstance or experience in your life that you are or were not happy about, maybe even embarrassed about or upset about, and see if you can find something in there to be grateful for. Find something, and then write a thank you note to the universe for that. And lastly, I invite you to write a thank you note to yourself, highlighting the magnificent, beautiful qualities in you. Thanking yourself. Let's pray. So, turning our attention inward, I once again return to that beautiful, expansive space within. And it is the space of presence, the space of pure consciousness, pure love, pure joy, pure gratitude. And I relax into it. And as I relax into it, I feel this sense of calm and security, safety, enveloping me and holding me close. And in this space, I really listen to the thing itself. And it is the one that walks through all feet. And so I'm grateful in this moment to remember that this presence is in me, as me, and through me, just as it is in, as, and through each individual here, now, always, and forevermore. It has birthed us into creation. It has actually birthed us into creation. We are living this life, and it's a gift. So, what a beautiful opportunity to tune in, to harmonize with spirit, to see what the gifts are that it wants to bring into the world through me and through each individual watching. What is that unique gift that I bring? And what must I do to allow this gift to come forward? What must I embrace? What am I called to be? And what am I called to release? Whatever is not going to serve this vision of the greatest expression of my life in the world can be released right here and right now back into that nothingness from whence it came. And with that, I can stand in the power of the one, stand in the power of the truth and the love that exists here and now, so that I might shine my spiritual radiant magnificence out into the world. The time is now. We are aligned with the cosmos, each and every one of us, and we live in a progressive universe. It doesn't matter what happened yesterday. It doesn't even matter what happened this morning. Everything is new now. Right now, all things made new. All of it. And I know that as we open our eyes when this prayer is complete, we see it's a whole new world. It's a brand new baby world. And now what? What will I do with this one magnificent, beautiful life on this day? And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for whatever that is for each individual. I'm grateful for the way the rest of my day and week unfolds. I'm grateful for the love and all of the blessings that are in my life already. I'm grateful for the invisible blessings that are on their way. And I say yes to all of those. Yes, bless, bless. And I know that each of us is on the high side of awesome and at the top of our games. So God is good. And I release this prayer out into that loving, creative action of the law where I know it is done. And so it is.
So it is.
Yes.
Gorgeous prayer and message. Thanks so much, Rev. So, speaking of being grateful, finding that innate joy, I always like to think of the breath. It's the simplest gift that there is out there, and it's given to everyone. It's a good place to start with gratitude. Here we go. I don't want to give words to this. Anything you have to interpret will only eclipse the heart of it. I just want to send it in sound with a wavelength clarity. Nothing I could ever say will resonate the same way that this love does in me. Inhale, exhale, breathe. Somewhere in the beat of your heart, there I am. Somewhere underneath all the war-torn believing, there you had always been. Something like a melody, it's something like a song, and it sings itself and it's never wrong. Oh, everywhere it plays for me, it's always on repeat. It's the love song of everything. Inhale, exhale, breathe. just there in my body. It's not just there in the thoughts that I think. It's there in the roots, in the skies and the seas, in the eyelids, the irises, the wind and the wings, in the will be, the ever was, the reason and the just because. I am the song that I sing. Inhale. Exhale. Feeling the gratitude.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jessie. What a perfect song to anchor this message and to just have us breathe. Ah, so good. All right. So, friends, it's now time for our offering affirmation. It's time for our gift ties and gifts. It's now time for our gifts, tithes, and offerings. And we have a giving affirmation. And there are a couple of ways that you can give that Travis reviewed in the beginning. There's through PayPal, and there's a link pinned here in the comments section. And there's a Facebook donate button. And we have the donate button through PayPal also located on our cccsl.org website. And so please join me and repeat after me. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift.
From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift.
I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper.
I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper.
It is evidence of my faith and my belief.
It is evidence of my faith and my belief.
It does great work in the world.
It does great work in the world.
And returns to me multiplied abundantly.
And returns to me multiplied abundantly.
And so it is.
So it is.
All right. And now, friends, won't you know with me that you are never alone, that God is where you are right now and always, and all that you ever need do is look within, and it is here you will find you are guided, sustained, directed, and inspired by a source that knows only good. Joyously, let us make use of these gifts in all that we think, in all that we say, and in all that we do. Please repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening as me right now.
Something wonderful is happening as me right now.
It is this thing called life.
It is this thing called life.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my pocketbook.
Life is in my pocketbook.
Life is in my relationships.
Life is in my relationships.
Life is everywhere.
Life is everywhere.
I think it.
I think it.
I feel it.
I feel it.
I believe it.
I believe it.
I express it.
I express it.
I accept it.
I accept it.
Just the way that it is.
Just the way that it is.
And just the way that it is not.
And just the way that it is not.
Thank you, life.
Thank you, life.
Woo! Thank you, life.
Woo! You want to sing?
Wow.
Do you guys
That
wanna
was
sing?
exciting.
Let's
Okay,
see.
we're gonna be heading over to Zoom, but Jesse's gonna play a little music, take us out.
I'm gonna play
And
it
Jesse,
out.
you gonna be able to join us on Zoom today?
Yeah, you know,
All
I always
right.
go for a walk after, so yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see you over there.
Okay, everybody put on their grateful glasses.
Yeah.
I woke up this morning grateful as can be. That's how I spend my day and that's how I'll sleep. I woke up this morning grateful as can be. That's how I spend my day and that's how I'll sleep again. I woke up this morning grateful as can be. That's how I spend my day and that's how I'll sleep. Dance it out. I woke up this morning grateful as can be. That's how I spend my day and that's how I'll sleep. 'Cause I love being there and feel gratitude today.